There we go.
There we go, you motherfuckers.
Look, Mr. Green Screen.
Fuck you, you cockfuck.
What are you making videos with Kemet?
Yeah, shit.
You and Tom Mabe down there?
Actually, we are in that studios. Those are fucking nice, dude.
They are.
They are nice. What are you in? Some fucking dungeon, you freako?
Fuck you, you wop.
Fuck you and your ugly ass fucking beard, too.
Yeah, it's settle down there, Cuban.
Half Cuban, half Italian.
Oh, my God. When are we starting this? Because it's got to fucking start now. What's it sound like?
It sounds good, except that you're on it.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
Actually, being that I was thinking ahead of time, I've actually been recording the whole time.
Good.
So normally we would tell you, Tony, anything you want to say or don't want to say. If we ask you a question you don't want to answer, we can take it answer. We can take it out. It's not a big deal. No one's ever done that. You fuckhole.
Okay, so what? Oh, hang on, time out. What? So this
no one's ever come out swinging like this.
No, it's going to be stupid. All right,
it's audio video.
Oh, it's both. We're going both here. Okay,
I told you that.
What the fuck? Did I ever listen?
No.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So we're just going to we'll take it. I'll do a
just
little.
Go.
How those testosterone treatments going there, Tony?
Hang on.
It's already gotten weird.
Hang on, I got these little supplements here. Hang on, I got this shit here.
It was a rhetorical question. It was a rhetorical question.
Hey, I got this. I'll shoot it right in your asshole, right there.
It's going to get weird is the name of the podcast. We normally have an intro and explain shit to our guests, but our guest just went right off the rails in the beginning. It's going to get weird. Frank Green, zooming from parts unknown. I'm Scott Clark, recording and zooming from the Murder Nap Studios. Don't ask why it's called that. It's going to get weird. You want to get a hold of us, it's going to get weird369@gmail.com. You can find us on any digital platform, Facebook, Face Smash, Smash Face, Instagram soon. Twitter, we're everywhere. It's pretty easy to find us. Thank you all for joining us. I want to bring in a very close friend of ours we've known for a very long time. You might remember him from WQMF back in the day. And then he was also on Q2. And then he was on the Fox. And then he was on 790 WKRD. And now he is on 84 WHAS. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Vanetti.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, how did I follow Paul Rogers? Like, how am I not bigger than Paul Rogers right now? First of all, that needs to stop right now. Paul's old. He's barely getting on the radio and barely calling the games. I'm Tony Vanetti, damn it. I go before Paul Rogers. How you guys doing?
I didn't know this was a shtick.
You what?
I didn't know this was shtick. I didn't know we were doing like a plant episode.
Dude, where are you? You were in some cave? I know Osama bin Laden's already dead, but is his body back there somewhere?
Settle down, Danny DeVito.
Oh, let me tell you. Oh.
Hey, listen, Stallone, why don't you relax a little bit, okay? Sit back with your little shirt.
First of all, I like your podcast.
Thank you.
It's good. It's good. It's good when Scott's talking, not so much when Frank is talking.
I agree.
So there's no doubt. And Frank needs to apologize to me before we move forward on this It Gets Weird podcast.
It's gonna get weird. Thank you for getting the right name, but
Frank, are you gonna apologize?
Frank, do you have something to apologize for that you're aware of?
Oh, he remembers.
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
You just got muted.
So what's going on in the
it's weird. I'm sorry we were late to the podcast. My wife went out and bought me a new 70-inch TV.
Did she really?
She actually did. She's out there unpacking it right now. She better get the tools out too.
That's crazy. Let's see if he wants to come back.
Tony, we're on video. Remember the Dominican. Okay, we'll unmute him now and explain to us tell us what Frank needs to apologize to you about.
Frank accused me.
Is this the Steely Dan incident?
Fuck you, man. All right? You told people that I thought Steely Dan was a real person and not a dildo.
That actually happened. You did do that.
No, I didn't.
No, I did. It did. And
you called him he. You called him he.
No, I didn't. Are you?
You did. I remember this.
So we not friends?
Oh, no,
not
you're
friends.
Oh, that's between the
friends?
two of you motherfuckers.
He's asking you. He's asking you, Scott.
No, Frank, I'm asking you. So we're not friends?
I never said we weren't friends. You said
so
you called.
So you get no, you misheard. You misheard.
I don't think he did. I remember.
Yes,
I misheard.
Okay.
Hold it. You've been hanging around Dwight Whitten too long. Those are alternate facts.
Yeah, no. Let's say by a miracle I did say it, which it didn't. I didn't say it. So I'm not admitting that. This isn't a courtroom, but I didn't admit it.
Because
Let's say I did. But most people would just move on. They wouldn't post on Facebook, Frank.
Yeah, so what do you want from me?
I want an apology. Because you know what I'll do? I'll be the bigger
Tony,
man.
I wasn't making fun of you. I thought it was hilarious. And if you're holding a grudge for 20 years, you can suck a dick.
Listen to me.
Shtick.
Hold on. If you're holding a grudge for 20 years, you can suck a dick and find something else to do. I don't care.
Listen.
It was something that was funny. And if you hold a grudge this long, that's your problem. You fucking work it out. You get a therapist and you fucking figure it out. And come back when you got something pertinent to say.
Frank, you know what? I'll apologize to you. I'm sorry for promoting every shitty band you were in for 20 years for $0. I'm sorry I used my platform to promote your bands. I apologize for being your friend and promoting everything you've done. I apologize. Okay?
Did I ask you to do that? Did I ask you to do that?
Oh, there we go. Did I ask you to do that? Actually, you did.
Okay.
No, I did.
And every time, I say thank you? I appreciate it. Don't I show my gratitude?
Look at Mr. Pouty Face.
No.
Dude.
By the way, I just want to point out, because this is getting old, Tony, just because he's going to tell you, we did ask Dwight to be on first, and he's been big timing us, showboating us. So you're the easy way. You're the easy lay,
I don't
Tony.
doubt that. I don't
you're
doubt
the easy
that.
lay.
No, here's the say. I said, have two people on at one time is ridiculous. Who do you want on? He said, Tony Vanetti. Bam. So Tony's on. That's how it exactly went. You said, who do you want on? You said Tony Vanetti.
All right, we straightened it all out. So what are we talking about? What are we
First things first, is there anything you'd like to plug while you're on? It's going to get weird. That's the name of the show, just to make sure. Did you write that down? Because I know you.
No, I'm good. Just at Tony Vanetti, Twitter. That's it. Just listen to the shows whenever they're on. I'm actually confused when I'm on also, so I don't know. They just tell me the green light goes on and I just talk, and that's what I do.
There's no green light.
There is a white greenish light.
Oh, so it's white and greenish. That's racist.
No, it's actually not. Lights aren't. Isn't a race.
All right, we always start every episode off with our guest and ask them what made you laugh recently, whatever it was.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm old. So what I do is I talk about I just got my second shot and my cholesterol level is really low. So I got my second shot and I was laying on the couch and it wiped me out. So I'm starting to go and I just got Paramount. So I'm paying the $5.99 for Paramount because it's a free trial or whatever. So I'm punching through and I see Harlem Nights. And I said,
you gonna shoot off my pinky toe.
I said, okay, I want to see because you got to go back. Is it still funny? Is it still gonna do the thing?
Does it hold up?
Does it hold up? So I hit it, and I forgot how funny the opening scene is, to where the no-tooth dude is rolling the dice, and Richard Pryor is calling him a snaggletooth, you know what, and just roll the dice. And the guy keeps saying, I'm unlucky with kids. I'm unlucky with kids. And then the little kid shoots him, and then there's a pause, and then Richard real dry goes, man, I guess he is unlucky with kids. And I fell off. I felt terrible. And I fell off the couch and I said, all right, I'm in for the next hour and 29 minutes, whatever it was. But it did hold up. Not all of it because it's the early 90s, whatever, maybe 1990. I don't even know. But not all of it holds up. And everyone's got really bad mustaches and fades and all that. But because they really had those in 1929. But it was funny. It was good. That's the last thing that made me laugh.
Frank, I'm going to ask you the same question, but I wanted to ask you a quick question about that. I bet we've known each other so long, you can tell me what my favorite quote from Harlem Nights is. He's thinking.
Spinning the wheel because he's got a lot of choices.
You
Oh my
don't.
God!
I can't believe he's going to know it as soon as I say it, though.
Is it going to have to shoot off your?
No,
pinky?
I already said that's not my
Wait
favorite.
a minute. Is it the line from the
sorry.
Madam that says if you throw it in the air, it turns into sunshine?
No, that's pretty good too, though.
That's one of my favorites.
No, it's when the guys the bag man gets his girlfriend and he calls his wife to leave her. He says, "Oh, hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Let me talk to your mama." Hey, Jeannie. Yeah, this is Tommy. I ain't never fucking coming home.
We used to talk about Tommy Miller and his
Jeannie.
girlfriend about Jeannie. Say that. I'd say, "Hey,
This is
Jeannie,
Tommy.
hey, it's Tommy. I ain't never fucking coming
Just
home."
because your name is Lady Heroin doesn't mean you have to sell it.
Hey, still one of the funniest Halloween outfits ever was you all as Tommy Miller. I mean, that's still
That holds up.
that holds up.
We'd have to
He
get
was
bald
so-
wigs, though.
How long did he not talk to you all for a while after that? Was he upset about that?
He wasn't.
Yeah, he just stand on the stoop and just stare at
He
it.
was mad. He was mad for the first set. Then he went upstairs, and Tony McElwain went, "Do you realize how funny that is? Do you realize that they wouldn't do it if they didn't respect you and like you, and people know who they're trying to be? Does that mean something to you?" And he was like, oh, I get it now. And he went downstairs and had a good old time.
It's like everybody was going to dress as Whitney Houston.
We tried the Jackson 5. Didn't go over very well with Tanita Gaines.
I think you went a little far with the pillow in the shirt as it was the beer belly. Oh my God, it was classic.
Frank, what's something that made you laugh recently?
I saw my neighbor fall off a ladder.
Oh my God.
He was on his garage, and he was coming down, and he had something. He was kicking something off the side, and he just went bam. It was like an ice cream cone.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. He just like bunched up. He landed flat, and all of his upper body just went. Bleh. And he sat there for about 3 minutes, and I said, "Hey, you all right?" He's
So you did ask him if he was all right.
Yeah.
But you laughed inside the house.
This is not an old. This isn't an old guy. This is a young guy.
I mean, he's in his 60s. But I mean, 60s. I mean,
Jesus,
not
Frank.
that old.
He's like 65. He's fine.
Did you not walk up and say, "Do I need to call an ambulance?" You
No,
fell off a ladder.
Well, I had to stop laughing first before I could open the back door. And once I stopped laughing, I had air and breath to say, "Hey, how are you? I saw what just happened. Are you okay? Do you need some help? Do you need the 911? Do you need the 911s? Do you need the, an ambulance? What do you need?" He said, "God damn it, I'm fine."
You're just going, "Hey, man, it happened 3 minutes ago. I can hear you laughing inside, you son of a bitch."
I was just like bubbling, just like sobbing, laughing.
That's every gutter guard commercial. It's the guy falling off and "Don't do this, get gutter guard."
And the "please respond" to necklace. Rolling, I can't get up. First alert, that's what it was. First alert. And I'll tell you my study. So, something that made me laugh this week, and having the two of you all on, it's going to get weird, makes me smile, because it's one of those moments where I wish someone was following with the camera phone. And it's also one of those moments where either one of you would have gone, "No, Scott, no.
No. Yeah.
So I'm a good Catholic boy. I go on Good Friday for the last fish fry, go to the Knights of Columbus here in New Albany, spend some money, get some stuff, get my bag really quick. I'm pretty, but I never really got the lay of the land. So I walk out from the little area where I'm getting my food to what is the gymnasium with the basketball goals up and all that stuff. And, the fathers and the priests and everybody's over on the side. And I walk through the door, and I'm kind of looking for where the door is. And as I just happened to spy a microphone.
Oh, no.
And I went,
"Oh, no."
And it was on. And this is where you all would have said, "Don't, Scott,
no.
And I just grabbed the microphone with my bag of food, and I said, "Just want to say thanks for coming out, everybody. Good luck, and we're all counting on you." And I said to Mike, and I had to walk out the door without looking at anyone.
Stupid.
People are just
You're
like,
so stupid.
They're eating their crab strips.
You're
strips.
You're a perpetual new guy at the school. You are. Frank. When we did, Scott and I went to Jamaica, and about halfway through that trip,
Totally different country. But go ahead.
It hit me, and it was like we were sitting in the thing, and I go, you know what? I got it. I know who you are. You are perpetual new guy. He's stopping people. Like, no one asked you for directions. Somebody asked, like, they're 5 feet away. What time's the bus get here? He's walking the other way, and Scott goes, well, I got to tell you, it's every 20 minutes, but it's been late. It's been late lately, so watch out. You might want to go get a beer first. It's like, Scott, they didn't ask you, dude. Keep walking. And he's perpetual new guy. He's always got to be in everybody's conversation.
I understand that.
That happens when you go to 9 schools in 12 years.
Yes. That was the trip. That was a fun trip.
Now, you start out all the way back on QMF. You got your job by telling jokes in a bar. You ended up on the overnights. You were awful, and you know it. We've talked about this many times. And now you're on the big stick, the flamethrower, the one place you've always wanted to be. What scares you the most about finally getting to where you wanted to be?
That it's near the end. That it's not. No offense, but HAS is my last stop. I'm not doing. I ran my gamut of sports radio. I did my thing in rock radio. Look, the time that we all spent together in early '90s was the greatest times. I mean, the bands were. I mean, if all three of us played a game to where we mentioned a '90s band and we just went around until we could stop, we'd go for a while. It was just a great time, but it was time to leave, QMF and go to Fox and then go to sports. And then when I saw the sports kind of start to take that little dip to where, man, it's just not the same anymore. And I said, I got to get out. I got to get to my lifeboat, which was 840 and being on there with Terry and all the guys. It's been great. And you know what? I'm getting old. I'm not cool anymore. I don't, I mean, I hope I was cool at one time, but I'm not, look at me. I'm not cool. I'm not. So I got to be on the non-cool station, which is 840 WHAS.
We had a conversation a long time ago, and it was an informal conversation. And I said, so where are you going from here? It was something like this. I was drunk out of my mind. And I think you said something like, you had that look like, there's only one place to go, and you weren't
to the bathroom.
You weren't finding your way to 84, basically to the big show. You weren't going to get there because you were like, you felt like you were the rock, you were the FM guy.
I was pigeonholed.
Yeah.
I was pigeonholed. And look, I got sober for 13 years. And part of that was you figure out you're that, remember that cigarette in the glass that said, in case of emergency, you get that last cigarette? Like I was the, in case of party, break glass, and Vanetti was the party guy. And you realize that's kind of an empty experience. And I had to move on. My listeners were getting older, so sports was cool. But you're right. I was there. Everyone thinks we would have these in-depth conversations in these rock bars. We're in there for 10 hours a damn time. So, sitting in the same furniture at TK's Pub for 30 years.
Right.
So
you learn. You see people's body language, and you see you see how their shoulders deflate when they're done doing their stuff, and it's like, more of this. And I'm glad you didn't. You've always been the most talented guy on the radio.
Oh, dude.
Whoa. Well, hey,
but you have.
I wish.
You've got the most recognizable voice in the past 30 years, at least, in this town. Really, I mean, just a voice recognition.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's been a long run.
Yeah, but you're there, and I understand what you like. Now I'm at the end. I understand that.
But think about us in 93 when we're like, we're going to do this forever. You're going to play the music.
Right.
I'm going to play it on the radio. We're going to live this life. And we were thinking, we'll have kids and stuff, but this is what we're going to do forever. That lasted like 3 more years.
Yeah.
True.
You guys were that Outspoken was that last when I was at the Fox and it was all coming to whether we were either this thing was going to go blow up or we're all going to go sell lumber.
Right.
And we're going to figure it out. But we gave a good go to it, man. I just hope someone at some point does like a rockumentary of the 90s. We all know about Soul Inc. and all those great bands in the 70s and 80s. But we never talk. We haven't documented enough of Love Sauce and Soul Bones and Goodnight Mac. I mean, all these bands, Thumper and you guys. And the 47 bands, Tommy
Nervous
Front.
Melvin.
Nervous Melvin. And here's the thing, you all could play. Like everyone on stage, you fill the room with sound. You know, no offense to the bands today, there's a keyboard and a synthesizer, and I don't even know what they're doing. But it sucks. It sucks compared. And by the way, that music was playable. It was playable, and you guys were so good at it. It was a job, by the way. I mean, you guys did the tour. You know, you were getting paid enough by the Golden Nugget. Oh my God, the Golden Nugget.
They paid us what, $1,000 a night?
No,
Think
they
about
actually
that.
did better. They gave us a door deal.
And then
we would
they
end up
tip us
making
on top.
And then they would tip us and give us our entire tab for free.
Yeah, then they comp the tab at the end of the weekend, and then sit there and drink with you for another half an hour after doing all that.
Jeff and Brian Brunderman.
A couple of you guys were making enough money. Of course, we didn't need much, cargo shorts and beer, but you all were making enough to pay somebody to load in and load out for you. Remember, you all had crews.
No, we had people that ran lights and did sound. We paid them, but we all loaded in and loaded out.
Look at Scott saying, I don't know. Maybe that was the Predators. I don't know. One of the two.
They had to do the same thing. It could have been, though. It could have been. What's, after all this time, what is something that you said on the air at one point, like, shit, I might get fired for that one. I'm probably going to get fired for that
easy.
One. That's happened a million times.
Ron Shock.
There's some bits that Dwight and I did on that Morning Movement show that if I just mentioned the title of the bit, I would be fired immediately.
Now, was Ron Shock saying bullshit super slow part of that?
Ron Shock. What an amazing human being Ron Shock is. I mean, I was a safe cracker, and he was in prison, and then to get out of prison, like, you got to join the army. This is like, great idea. So the prison guys were going to the army, and what do they teach them to do? Blow stuff up. But no, so I said that we were doing this stupid mini marathon. And every jock got a person, like you signed up, and then I ran for you. And the person that ran the farthest at that time, this is like 1991. And I said that Saturday morning, I'm going to make it to the fucking finish line on the air, on QMF, back when there was like 6 radio stations and we had 12 shares. So everyone's listening. So I said, but the key is, you all know this, just keep going. Just keep going like you didn't say it. And then people driving around going, did he? Wait, hold on.
He didn't say fuck. He said
hold
fuck.
On now. Oh, he must not have. He's still talking.
Did you get a talking to, or did it work?
No one said anything. Dude, it was 91 on QMF, dude. 92. Shit, man.
And Diamond John was still in charge. You didn't give a
greatest
shit.
experience of my life. I made no money and had the greatest experience of my life. It was so awesome.
It's funny you had said that there was one time we were at a Christmas party. It was the Clear Channel Christmas party. It was me, you, and Dwight, and somebody came into the Christmas party and gave you or Dwight a copy that they needed on the air before the end of the day for Christmas season. Yeah. So the three of us went into the studio, drunk as hell, and cut a spot with banjos and turned whatever it was into like country bumpkin. I don't remember the spot, but I remember we could not stop laughing. And I thought we were definitely going to get fired because we turned it in.
Remember that same year we did the karaoke and I sang naked on stage at iHeart to all the girls I've loved before.
Yes, I do remember that.
I said, hang on, and I got behind the curtain and I said, hang on. This is 20 years ago. I'd be fired immediately now. But I said, hang on, and I did the leg. And everybody's like, no. And I was like, and then the second leg, came out, and then I was totally naked, sang the song. Yeah, it was good times.
You and Dwight have been so good, so long together. People don't know that you guys have been friends since QMF days. You've always tried to have a show together. You had the Morning Movement, which we thought was hilarious, but then, of course, they blew up the station and turned it into smooth jazz or something at the time. Yeah. What took you guys so long to get this? Was there something stopping you? Would you think it was maybe just the time, age?
Well, first of all, I thought Dwight was going to die. Because he was dipping, smoking like a trucker, eating. He has issues, so he eats. So God love him. He's the greatest human being on planet Earth. But he was stuck in sales, and his problem was he was a victim of his own success. He was so good. He was the number one salesman back there. He was dragging all this money back down, and they were like, no, you ain't going back on the air. You got to sell. But I kept I'd walk by his cubicle, and I'd go, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. And then, so you know the story of the new operations manager over all of spoken word radio is an old intern of ours. His name was, what was Josh's name? It was Welfare. His name was Welfare. He's like 29 years old now, 30 years old, but he was our intern. And he used to listen to Dwight and I driving to school in the mornings. And he said, when I said, look, I'm done with U of L, I'm done with sports, I got to do something else. He was like, what about you and Dwight? And I was like, are you kidding? And they all thought we were going to fail miserably. I mean, they had plans of replacing us within 6 months, but they really did. They said, this is going to be a miserable failure. And then everybody online was hating us. And it's awful. But we pulled it off. And Dwight's just so brilliant at what he does. And I try to keep up with him. But look, HAS is going to turn 100 next year.
Wow.
So they haven't always been a conservative radio station. Afternoons used to play music. So this concept that we have to keep this conservative talk thing is, I'm sorry, it's not. And we proved that you can do kind of a rock and roll morning show on HAS, and it worked.
I mean, is conservative talk dead now that Rush is gone?
It's funny. Oh, that's funny. First of all, that's a great question because they're trying to figure out the problem with replacing Rush is
who's crazy enough to do this shit.
Well, he created the space.
He did.
Yes.
He created all of the space.
Yes, but what he does different than everyone else. Everyone else is angry. Rush was like an entertainment. He was like a show going, I'm the smartest man on the planet. Look what the Dems are doing. And it's just like, is this a vaudeville show or is this a conservative? And of course, the people that want to spoon it up go, man, the Dems suck. They're killing babies. And then the rest of us are listening going, I can't even get mad at him because they're like, this is a show.
Right.
So the rest of them have this angry edge to them that they're not replacing Rush. I mean, they're going to try.
No, absolutely not. I mean, like guys like Mark Levin and Dennis Prager and these guys, and you're like, whoa
is right.
Let's tone it down to where we don't alienate. I mean, just why does it have to be anything? Why does it have to be? Get talk off the air if it's so divisive, not just from a company standpoint.
Right. So it's weird because the only type of political radio that works is conservative right wing. If you try to do a left wing, it doesn't work. I know there was that one. What was that? It was like
they got shit to do.
Freedom, right? Freedom America or something like that. Tried it.
Air America.
Air America. They tried it a couple years ago. It failed miserably, and I think they would do it again. But Frank, there's something to that. I don't live my life thinking about how I'm going to hate on Donald Trump today. I don't care. I don't care enough. What I appreciate is what's around my dinner table, and I try to provide. I try to make this thing work. I can't think about that shit.
You don't think about that, man. You're lucky you're wearing pants.
Hey, dude, all day. And let me tell you, for a while, I had a bad COVID, man. I don't know about you guys, but COVID. I mean, I fell off the wagon. I started drinking, and I haven't told him. Probably this is the first time on the air I've said it, but
you told me.
Yeah, I told you, but I didn't say it on the air. I mean, it's been tough. I just sitting at home and not knowing what we're doing, and your kid watching your kids implode, and your wife go crazy and the world crazy, and it hit me hard. And I got to tell you, and Scott knows this because he was with me. My father and my grandfather died in the same 6 months. The year I divorced Jackie and remarried her, those are our 2 worst years of my life. And this year,
when you remarried her,
no, that was the best thing that ever happened. But those were the 2 worst years of my life. And then this is number 3. I mean, I've had a tough time. I don't know about you guys, but it's been tough trying to be on the radio and try to weave through all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you being the profile you have, I don't think that I think ours is going to be a little bit different, but yours is probably going to have to be a lot more dynamic because you have to be up and you have to do your job and you have to be alert and you have to do this. And then all of a sudden you're done and you're just sinking back into the house. And it's like, what's going on? And,
and then Frank, Black Lives Matter started happening and you're all so confused. Your downtown is burning. So on the heels of this quarantine, you get this social explosion, Frank. I mean, I don't even know how to describe what happened.
And you're locked in your home just watching it on TV because you have to.
And right, and then I'm the asshole that has a Black Lives Matter sign in my yard, a gay rights sign, and I support the police. So I'm hated by everybody.
Right.
Ain't nobody mowing your lawn.
No. They're like, that son of a bitch can't choose. I was like, I don't want to choose.
Just leave me alone. Okay, I love everybody.
Yeah. I like the cops and I like the Black Lives Matter. What are you doing? I don't want to choose.
I'm okay with everybody.
I'm cool
what do you tell people when they go, oh, you've been married twice? Yes, to the same woman.
To the same woman, yes.
What do you, I'm sure you get that all the time.
I have no idea. That's a weird concept to me, I know.
It's you'd be surprised how many people go, oh yeah, me and my wife. It's like it's amazing how many. John Bowles the same way. Frank?
Yeah, that's why I made the comment. I've married the same woman twice. Of course, I divorced her second time faster than I did the first time.
Look, man, I don't care if you're married.
I can thank our new sponsor, Divorce.
It's like, right. And one of those days was April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was there for that one.
That would be fantastic.
We've spoken about it on the podcast. He had us all come down after we played in Madison for his April Fool's Day wedding to his second double-time ex-wife. And I was like, if this son of a bitch has me come down to Bardstown for a fake wedding for an April Fool's, I'm going to burn his goddamn condo down.
It's hard. Marriage is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No, it's not if you get the right woman.
No,
it's not. Me a 70-inch TV.
No, I know. You guys are an awesome couple. I'm just amazed. I don't want to sound amazed that you are, but you guys are an amazing couple. You all are so in love, and you could tell it's not fake. I mean, it's real.
I know you guys bet the under. I know both did.
Oh yeah. I had the early square. I was out early. Shit.
I was
16 years, May 21st. 16 years. You were both in my wedding for our listeners that don't know.
No, I mean, you got to find people that put up with us. I mean, seriously.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, how do we describe Scott? He's cheesecake. Yeah. So you eat the first bite and it's delicious and it's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then the second bite is, oh my God, it's great. But then that third one, you're like, oh.
It's like egg Parmesan mixed in.
It's a little much. It's a little much.
Coleslaw.
It's a little much.
A little bit goes a long way. A little dab will do you.
Push the cheesecake away. I remember the first time I did that analogy with Scott, and he goes, "Nope, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
You got a cheesecake. Yeah, I am. And I tell people, I have people at work that call me cheesecake.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
You're so gay.
I'm very much so.
Do you think wedding or marriages would be a better, kind of a more viable option as kind of at a 5-year interval?
What do you mean?
Like a check-in. It's like a 5-year.
Yes.
You check in.
Your extended warranty.
You say, "How are you feeling about this? Good. You want to go ahead and sign the extended and do the 10, and after 10, you're on your own."
This is brilliant. No, this would be this is perfect. Look, contracts for 5 years. In the 4th year, we can review and then re-up at 5. But we'll talk about it when we
whatever
get to
the terms that you want to get in there would be great.
Right.
But I mean, because
it's a great concept for you guys.
But marriage is just a business contract. In the end, it's like death. It's like when you die, it's just business. It's just paper and it's receipts. And marriage is the same way. It's a business arrangement, and I think it should have milestones built into it.
It is obviously, we all know half marriages don't work, and 50% is not a very successful, and we all do it. It's just like, hey, I'll sign up for that. Have a chance to not work out? Let's go. Let's go do it. Shit.
I'm going to pay $30 the whole month for a penny. I'm going to come here never.
What are you doing Saturday? I'll meet you there. What the fuck? And then we spend $30,000, which is, by the way, the average wedding cost in any other country in the world is about $5,000 because they know, this is iffy. In America, it's $30,000 is the average marriage price. It's stupid.
Frank doesn't know this story, and I'm sure I don't know if you've ever told this story on the air, and I hope you can remember it. Tell everybody about the realization you came to the first time you went to your divorce attorney's office on Shelby Street. The alley.
I'm sitting in my lawyer's office, and again, I'm a dumbass. I'm still in rock radio. I have like 4 brain cells.
Losing it.
And I really literally just wanted the divorce. I don't want to fight for anything, whatever. Just I want to get this over with. And I'm sitting in there and I look around and I'm starting to get a little weird feeling. And I'm like, I've been here before. I've been in this room before. How have I been in this room? And she starts to notice that I'm looking around and fidgeting. She goes, "You got a problem?" And I said, "I feel like I've been in this room before." She goes, "Oh yeah. This room that we're in was the apartment for Stripes."
Oh,
And I said,
wow.
Little help.
Little help. It was because her desk was in the corner and the window where the ball goes out and then he takes the wrench and clears it out and then, "Come on, up here, boom, all right."
Yeah.
And then he comes through the other window. That was right there. It's still there. It's still the wooden. It looks exactly the same except for the bar. The bar's not there on the corner, but it looks exactly the same. And I was like, and then of course I took that as a sign. Okay, this is my lawyer now. I can't hire anybody else. I have to hire this woman. This is it. But then we got our clock cleaned at the mediation, and I've never been raped in prison, but I've had the experience now.
And now you're back with her.
Yeah, but we had to fix each other. I said, "Hey, I'll quit drinking if you quit being a slave driving bitch." And she said, "Okay."
That's pretty good.
Hey, honesty is everything.
Yeah, man, and we did, and she went okay, and I quit for a long time, and we worked it out, and we raised 2. I got 15 and 17-year-old, and John's gonna be gone in a couple of months, off to college, and bye.
Wow.
Maggie's just a couple years behind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tony, describe to our listeners what the inside of a radio station van smells like.
Oh my God. What year?
Let's say circa 98. Let's go to a fresh crisp.
Okay,
2000.
no. We got to start at the beginning where when I first started at QMF, Uncle Ron had his own QMF band. So it was like the remote band, but it was really Uncle Ron's. And he had the where you smoke the joint with the feathers on it, the
Roach clip.
So he had the roach, so he had like 4 roach clips with the feathers and the dream catcher hanging from the rearview mirror, and it was that button tuck fur with a bed in the back. It was not a broadcast band. That was the first broadcast band I had. And it was Uncle Ron's, basically his band at QMF. It was fantastic. I was like, I told this story the other day when I went to Uncle Ron's funeral, and there was a medium there. It was a volleyball game. It was an outdoor. The funeral was a potluck volleyball game, and it was set up outside. And there was a lady in a bikini at the front. Like all the chairs are here, and then there's a little table, and then she is sitting by herself with a floppy hat in a bikini, really skinny, not saying anything. I didn't even know she was alive, but she was supposed to channel Ron during the funeral. And she couldn't connect with Ron. So the guy was like, "You're going to get it?" Whatever. She wouldn't move. But she had a poem. They read a poem that Ron had supposedly channeled her. And when I left there, guys, I left that funeral, I said, "I found my people." Like, this is your, I was like, okay, I found my place. Like you wander around life. That's why I tell my kids, don't worry about it. Just go do whatever you're going to do. You'll find your people. You'll find where you're supposed to be. And that was the moment I knew these are my people.
And so what did it smell like? Thank you.
It smelled like weed. It smelled like weed, but remember that sweet hash smells? Like, I don't know what hash smells. But what, like a hash, between hash, marijuana, and ass. Ass, hash, weed.
Ash, hash, and grass.
Yeah.
Hash.
Hash.
I think it's a good time to take a quick break here, listen to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Y'all got breaks.
And we're back. It's going to get weird, joined by Tony Vanetti. If you'd like to be a sponsor on the show, hit us up. It's going to get weird. 369@gmail.com. You can find us at GetWeirdPC on Twitter. And, of course, we're on Facebook. And I think we're actual on I can't think of the damn thing. The QAnon channel, the 8 Chains or whatever it is. I'm just kidding. Somebody was talking about it's on 8 Chains. I have no idea.
8chan? I think you're thinking about 2 Chains as a rapper.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 8 chains, 8 chins. I have no idea.
I can be 8 chains and 8 chins.
You mean both. Either
I'm
one
on
you
8
want.
chin.
I'd like to play a quick game. It's basically based on the Newlywed Game. I wrote the questions.
Oh shit.
Frank knows nothing about this.
So there's no beta? There's no beta test with this?
This is the beta
Damn
test.
it.
5
Okay.
quick questions. Frank can answer them. He may or may not know the answers. If he doesn't know the answer, he
Yeah,
can make up anything he wants.
I'll answer after Tony.
Well, you have to actually answer first.
Hey man, is this smart questions or is this dumb questions?
What do you think it's going to be?
They're going to be dumb questions.
Of course. And we'll make it as quickly as possible. And I'd like to call this from our new writer on the show. His name is Little Mac Fatty, Scott McKenzie. He came up with the name, The Newly Dread Game. Get it?
Oh.
All right, first one. Which one of your sisters is a chain-smoking version of you? Frank, you go first.
Neither of them smoke.
Make a name up.
Frank, don't. This question's for me.
They're all for you.
No, you got it wrong, you douche.
No,
It's Laureen. It's Lori. Disney. Lori.
Oh,
She
I got
got
it
you
wrong.
into Disney. She got you Disney how many times for free?
4. And she's going to do it again next year.
Oh, Christ.
Damn it, I got my own questions wrong. That's why we
Lori,
should-
yeah. Okay, Frank,
Lori,
he got
yeah.
his
This is
own
a-
question wrong.
Yeah, so anyway, next time we're going to do this off the air. We'll beta test it.
Well, right, we're going to have to approve these questions.
That's generally how Frank does it. That's why he never lets me do these games, so I just kind of sprung it on him. All right, where did we broadcast in the Caribbean?
In Punta Cana, in Dominican Republic.
And what was the name of the hotel?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Malie Caribe Tropical.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. That was an awesome trip. That was an awesome
All
trip.
right.
That was.
What was your tagline for the River Frogs?
The name of our game. Yeah, that's all right. I'm sorry. That was the gonna rap it in a swamp.
That was he. Oh, God damn it! I ruined it.
No, you got it. It's good. Private arena.
There you go. I cut it in.
Private arena.
What is it that you do when someone has assigned you a task that you do so they'll never ask you to do it again?
Oh, I screwed up as bad as I can. I want to do it so bad that they're like, were you drunk? Did you fall down? What is wrong? Did you hire thugs to come in here and do this job? You're so awful. We're never going to ask you to do this job again. Thank you.
Dude, bad the first time. You know, Tony, I tried for the last 15 years to get you to say rampa in the swampa,
Yeah,
Robin
right.
Arena, in public, like to me, not on a microphone. And
Yeah.
You just simply refused to do it.
I did. Oh, I
Never-
probably did it. Yeah.
So,
I'm
Tony,
not
do
doing
you
that.
owe Frank an apology?
No,
I'm
no, he
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
owe me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought he
We're
was,
gonna rap it. People ask me still, Frank. They
he
still
was
ask
going. I thought you were playing the long game,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like for like 6 or 8 more decades.
Hey, look,
say no.
don't tell anybody. But you all were the most fun to bring on stage. There's no doubt about it. There were a lot of fun bands, but you guys were like a comedy act and a rock band. You know, there were bands
Yes.
that were like really serious. Shit, man. I mean,
They
couldn't-
were.
You couldn't mess around. It was just like, hey, why are you joking around, you son of a bitch? We're a musician.
Speaking of that,
Sorry.
of the cover bands, the local scene, who was your favorite local cover band?
Jimmy V is just my boy. Predators, yeah, Predators. They're my boys. I love them to death. I got a thing. It's like a fetish, I guess, or whatever. A weird
They're
thing.
my favorite band too, and I think it might
Yeah.
be Frank's as well.
But
All
you
right,
know, hang on. Couple of those games. Remember, we'd play games like that. We do. My big thing was name that tune. Remember, I make you guys play like 10 seconds of a song,
Uh-huh.
and somebody would have to run up, and I give them a CD. People would do all kinds of shit for a free CD. For God's sake.
trust me.
And I know, but there's that. We play games you can't play today. Remember, I do that golf ball game to where I get the 3-4
Suck and
people.
blow.
And I would say you put it in one side of the thing, and you got to feel the ball up the leg, around the crotch, and down the other side. And then you race around the. You can do that today.
Absolutely not.
No.
And of all the bands that have gotten signed out of Louisville, Kentucky, who is your favorite?
Oh, Outspoken.
Oh, come on now.
Eden Street. Yeah, there you go.
Glam.
Yeah. Do you remember for Eden Street's first show?
When they were Smokehouse and they
At-
opened for
At
us.
Tooligans.
Oh, no. No, I remember I guess that might be the one. We were at the
Well-
Thunderdome.
Jimmy.
You weren't in the band at the time, I don't think.
Yeah, Eden Street. How many people were in Eden Street, by the way?
There were like 90 at that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yes.
Who's playing the third keyboard?
Right. It was like the Commitments.
But
that's what he was like. I was like, oh my God, this band has so many people in it. It's
they
killing
didn't
me.
even have backup singers.
No, it's
Yeah.
like you don't need a djembe player.
I can probably name the original line of when it was called Smokehouse.
Now, it's Greg Forsman was the guitar player, right? And then
Chuck
I don't
Mingus.
know. Okay. Oh yes, Chuck.
Chuck
That's
Mingus
right.
was the first guitar player.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
God,
think Forsman
Chuck.
was ever in the band, was he?
Are you serious? I'm sorry. I thought he was.
And then Tim Arlen, and then the left-handed James Marsden,
Bass
the
player,
bass
yep.
player, Todd Smith on keyboards, Maurice Hamilton on sax, Sam, what was his name? Sam, big black guy played.
Oh my
drums.
God. Oh my God.
And then the drummer was
Ray Rizzo. I
oh,
thought
not in the original version.
it was no, it was Matt Thompson.
Yes.
No, was it Matt
It
Thompson?
was Matt Thompson because he was. That's maybe where he thought Greg Forsman was because Matt Thompson was in
Right.
the band with Greg Forsman. That's the name of that band.
I remember the Tooligans when it was Smokehouse. I remember Pizza Hut made them stop using Smokehouse, and Jimmy called me and said, "Dude, this band, right? Pizza Hut had a pizza called Smokehouse, and they said you can't use Smokehouse." So Jimmy called and said, "There's this band that says they already have a deal. Do you want to go down there and watch them with me?" And I said, "Yeah." So we went in there, and it was all you guys. And that night, it was like, Tooligans, you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. Right. And it was you're standing there, and it's all you guys. Like, everyone's there for this premiere. It wasn't even like – it was just all musicians in the room. Yeah. And they came out, and everyone went, "Holy shit."
Yeah. They pretty much burnt it down.
I mean, it was awesome. It was all, and that was just that. That was that era. That's what I'm talking about. That was that era of, man, any given night you go to Tools, you go to Golden Nugget, TK's Pub, Phoenix Hill Tavern, had 3 bands at one time. You go to all these places, and the band was going to rock. The band was going to be so good, you're not leaving.
Frank, do you have any rapid-fire questions for our friend Tony Vanetti?
No, we skipped you last week. I did them last week. I thought this week is your week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
So, okay, so what do you all miss about those days? What was the thing for you guys at that age? I mean, you guys were good. Like, you all realize how good you were, or
the thing for me to go back and look on that I'm really, wish you could go back and live again is basically how long I used to be able to have sex.
The ex-wife's listening to this going, bullshit.
No, no, that's really all I would change. I wouldn't do it again. Fuck that. That's too much work.
Did you realize how good you guys were at the time?
No, we never thought that way.
Around?
We didn't think that way. We really, Tony, I think once Billy and I joined the band and we were kind of heavy-handed in let's not do that or let's not do this. Let's try to, and we kind of molded ourselves to be like an original band playing covers. Present ourselves in a lot of ways like an original band when we were having a great night. You could pace a band, you could pace a club, but it was mostly for the fun of coming in and playing on stage and the interaction that you have with each other, not so much musical either.
Yeah.
Just seeing the guys that you're around 4 nights a week. That was the thing that kept me coming back, was just the people.
Do people underestimate it's like when you get a starting 5 on a basketball team, they could be all 5 all-stars but be a terrible team. Do people underestimate guys that gel together and play as a band?
Well, how do you think I was able to be in the band? I was the worst person in the band, but because of those guys and the way that we would gel together, I was great by proxy. There'd be nights that they would either force me to be good or they were just so good it made me sound good. I've always felt that way. And the one thing that I miss the most, and I've said this to Frank and I've said it to anybody that listen, I would literally meet these guys around, get off work on a Wednesday night, and I wouldn't stop laughing until Sunday morning. Whether it was them making fun of me making fun of them, we're road tripping to Chicago, we're playing a 3-night stint at Phoenix Hill Tavern, whatever it was. From the minute we saw each other to the minute I went home, there'd be nights I'd get in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning and start trying to go to sleep. And I remember something Frank said, and I'd start laughing in my sleep. Like I couldn't sleep because of something he said or did would make me laugh.
Who was better at either singing or playing their instrument drunk than they were sober? Or is that a thing?
I would say I'll say this this I'm going somewhere with this. When we got to the point to where people started taking us really seriously was when Donnie Highland joined the band.
Right.
Musicality, all of a sudden we had a great rhythm section. I mean, I'm a good bass player I can make a rhythm section work, but Donnie was a whole different level of musician. And right. I was like, oh, we can do these things. And I mixed well with Donnie. So a great rhythm section. I think the rest of it from then on was just kind of marginal. We could get away with just that if we had to. But what did you say again?
I asked who played better drunk than sober?
Donnie Highland.
Really? He was in such a shitty mood when he wasn't drunk that he would play terrible.
It was the only time he was happy. The only time he was happy was when he was drunk and playing too much.
Yeah, man. You know what? At least he had that.
You know, I mean, and he was but he could just
awesome
rock. He could rock all fucking night. Just
play anything you want.
It's just crazy.
Scott, answer the question.
All right. Who played better? Oh no, it's 100% Don.
Okay.
And then there'd be nights and there were other substances other than the alcohol, and we would just rock it out. Boy, it might be a little bit fast tempo, but
okay. Let me ask you this.
I don't think that would be all the rhythm section's fault either.
No, not at all.
Here's what I think you guys are like, and tell me if I'm wrong. You were quicker to call yourself out for sucking in a night than telling somebody else you're fucking up tonight. Is that
absolutely
true?
Yeah, I don't think there were ever, unless someone was drunk and they were embarrassing themselves or the band, they never got that talking to.
Right. Okay.
And it never happened in front of people.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone ever. It would come out. It would start from the outside. If you'd hear from the sound man that something's going on. Keep an eye on this guy. Keep an eye on this guy, and then all of a sudden.
I mean, you get a step out of line in that band. You had 4 guys drilling you, making fun of every possible. Okay, they're drunk on the clown. Did you bring your clown shoes? Hey, are you sure that guitar's in tune? And it would not stop. You're like, all right. Geez, let me go splash some water on my face. I'll stop.
Was there anybody that got in the band and then out of the band really quickly because they're like, you motherfuckers are crazy?
Yes.
We're not going to name names. I guess we'll name.
I can name. I don't remember his last name. Some guy named Joe.
We were pretty hard. I mean, even Scott was there before me, but once I got in and I got my toehold, I pretty much hazed Scott for years.
Right.
But and I didn't, and I've apologized to him for how much of I was an asshole. He was kind of a little brother, and I never had a little brother. And at the end of the day, it wasn't about. I know how he may have perceived it as bad at one point because we would just ride. I mean, dude, it was terrible. So
it made me the man I am. I'm telling him that right now. I've always felt like he was my big brother, and I knew they were joking.
Right into
of course, when you get the sound guy and the light guy, then it's 6 other people fucking with you. It can get a little hard, and I might shut down a little bit. But Frank, I've never felt that way about you once, man. I've never thought everything that you said to me either came from honesty or from a place of humor. And it usually was humor because, I mean, I can tell stories about us laughing our asses off to the wee hours of the morning. And Vanetti, I can tell stories about you all day long. And funny enough, in the band with Frank and on radio with Tony and I were the same way. People didn't fuck with Tony. I mean, people made fun of Tony all the time. And here's this new guy coming in, busting his balls just like everybody else. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? And they were like, oh, no, they know each other.
There's some of the meanest things that have ever said to me have been by you two or my best friends. I mean, that's where I know, that's how I know we're good, is that you just said something mean about my dead father. So
is your dad still dead?
Yeah, it's really, that's how close that's how you know you're close with someone. Okay, so what was your aha moment when you knew this all, like what I said a couple of minutes ago, where I was like, hey, we're going to do this forever. You guys are going to do the music. I'll play it on the radio. And then there was that moment. Mine was, and I'll let you think real quick, I went to TK's to Bring On the Band. And this is towards the end. And there was a DJ standing there with the 2 speakers and the stack of CDs in the milk crate. And I said, "Where's the band?" And he was like, "No, we're the DJ's $200. We're going with the DJ." And I knew that was my moment. I knew, okay, the ride's over. The ride is over.
Wow.
When was your ride over, Frank?
Realistically, when I came home in the summer of 2003, Outspoken had played some summer shows with Live. They were doing a Budweiser one night stand tour. And I came home and I saw how much money I had in the bank. And I saw the writing on the wall in the band. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to rejoin the workforce. And 2 weeks later, I was building in-ground pools. That worked on my head a little bit. I mean, I wasn't living the life of a rock star. I mean, but when you're out on playing some gigs with a fucking huge band like Live, you come home and you go, well, I don't have any other things and the band's not doing anything else. And I guess it's time to pack it up and be a regular
Were you
Joe.
afraid? Were you afraid you couldn't replace that feeling with something else?
No, absolutely not. The band was ending no matter what. The band had ended for all intents and purposes 3 months before that. We were just playing some gigs, paying off some bills, I think. And just, what the fuck kind of gigs. No, it was over. The band was over. I knew that, but yeah, no, it was okay.
That album was great. I remember
album.
I remember sitting in the meeting. I remember sitting in the music meeting with your record rep, and Michael Lee is screaming at the record rep saying, it's the wrong cut. You can't, no, it's the wrong cut. I think it was what was the shortest song on that? What was the hit, man? That one, not much. It was Shovel.
Bitter Shovel.
Bitter Shovel.
I think that was the one that Michael was like, that's the song. That's the song. And I think you all went with another song, and then everyone knows the rest of it.
Yeah, it was Revolving was the first single, which should not have been.
That was a mistake. And then the problem was the industry and people that, we all know this, but the industry was going to where if it didn't hit,
find the next guy.
Right.
30 days. Yeah.
You got another band coming up.
30 days. We all sat in the station and said, what are you talking about?
It was hilarious. I mean, but it wasn't just us. It was everyone. It's just
that's true.
It's just we were all getting closer to the drain, and everything was all the cycle. No, really, but the cycle is moving faster as far as how the music.
No, that's right.
And everything.
That's right.
Like you got 30 days or 30 or 45 days to make something stick at radio, or at least get a bite at radio. And
it's gone.
We had so many ads. Our album came out in February. We had people adding us in the end of October, and we were killing people's playlists up until the beginning of January. And then all of a sudden it just died a month before the album came out.
Because they pulled it. They pulled the strings on that. You know that. They pulled it. It wasn't radio guys. And at that time, people were just following, oh, okay, I'll pull it. And everyone knew it was a great album. Everybody knew.
And, it's funny, one of those places was in Denver, and we went to play we were playing places and they were empty, or we were opening for people and not getting good reactions. And, we go to Denver and we're playing in this bar, and we come in and somebody was like, man, it's sold out. Like how kind of sold out? They're like, it's sold out. Like there's a lot of fucking people there. We're like, what? And we went out and it was like a Bon Jovi concert.
Yeah, man.
And
That's awesome.
I mean, it was
That's awesome.
And we left, and the fucking place was all like encore. We had to go back in and do an encore. And I was
That's awesome.
But they were one of the stations or the regions that were playing the record, and people were actually just and it was still being played, but it was all listener driven. It wasn't playlist. Somebody took a chance on it. So you live and you learn. It's an interesting business. It's not somewhere.
Yeah, it's in record reps. There's only two types of record reps. There's no middle ground. You're either a gigantic douchebag or the coolest person you've ever met. There's no middle ground for record reps.
Well said.
It's true.
Very true. And to answer your question on my end, and I've never been asked that before. And when I first thought about it, I was like, well, let's see, when whatever Will retired, or no, when the iHeartMedia decided that my job was dissolved. Oh no, not that. It was really when I was doing a morning sports show with a guy that I did not like for free. And the moment I knew this was all over is the day that, and he didn't know how to run a board. He didn't know how to run a show. He didn't know how to do shit. And it's about 5:30 in the morning. I called him and said, yeah, I'm not coming in today. My back hurts. And that was the day that I was like, this, I can't keep doing this for free. I've got to go get a real job and do something. I'm making no money doing this. I'm bartending and doing booty shake gigs just to pay the bills to keep the wife off the back with my unemployment. And I'm working for free. And I finally just went, hey, Jeannie, this is Tommy. I ain't never fucking coming home.
Yeah, man. Those are all, all three of our stories. It's amazing how quickly you both came up with the answers on a question Scott says never been asked before, because that memory is etched there. You do know when the moment was. You do know when you realized, because you're both really smart guys, and you knew, you know what, but you were also awesome dudes to be able to say, because we all know the type that can't give it up. And we all were smart enough to say, well, it was a great run.
Yeah.
It was a great run. It was fun. We had a good time. Now to go do something else.
Right. That's when I knew I had actually started growing up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and
I'm like in my 30s. I'm like 30.
Thinking with me, it was like, oh God, I can do something else. It's okay. You don't have to do this.
And I felt old at 30.
Yeah. Oh,
30.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God.
We had done so much, and how many, very small spaces we all shared in a bathroom stall.
Funny story you mentioned
doing
that.
Stuff we're not supposed
this happened.
Doing stuff we're not supposed to be doing.
Like
I was going to bring
allegedly.
that. I wasn't going to bring that up, but allegedly this happened at TK's Pub one night. There's two gentlemen. I'm not going to say who, but they're both on the screen right now. We were in a bathroom stall, and some guy comes in and says, "Hey, the fuck you guys doing in there?" And someone goes, "Hey, fuck off. It's Scott Clark and Tony Vanetti doing cocaine. Get out." And the guy left.
That's crazy. 20-something years ago, it was a good time.
More than 20 years ago.
It was more than 20.
It was like, no, Scott,
right.
That was like 25. I mean, we're
25.
We're at 21 right now, so it's 25. 24, 25 years ago.
The guys scared the shit. I bet we didn't. No care in the world. No one could touch us. It felt like we were untouchable because we could fucking do anything we wanted.
We were young, and none of us had ever encountered any tragedy or any major hardship in life that made us pause and think about anything but ourselves.
Yep, that's true.
And we had a ton of.
Yep. Yeah, look, I love both of you guys, and that time together I will never forget it. It's part of who I am. It's part of my career. Some people only know me from that. They're like, oh, that QMF guy from years ago. They don't know the sports. And it's funny how people are they're in their own little bubble, and they know me from that. They don't know me from anything else. But you guys were the best. You always were awesome to me. And it was tough. It was easy to hate on the rock guy, the DJ. Radio guys were, we try to have fun. It was a good time while it lasted. But
I looked at radio guys like I did band guys. Everybody's just literally just out doing the gig.
Yeah.
And, everybody gets the same shit. Everybody gets ragged on the same way. Everybody gets, the inside story. Everybody gets the bump when somebody has an extra one. It's like, oh, okay. It's just all part
share
of
the same women.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough. Tony Vanetti, WHAS. What is your time slot now? I always forget.
Okay, so 9 a.m. to noon. We just got the latest ratings. We're number 1, 12 plus. We are number 2, 25, 54 persons, which is male, female, which is huge because everyone hated us that we replaced Leland and we were doing boob jokes and all that stuff and having fun, for God's sakes, and not talking about national politics. So 9 a.m. to noon. And then I do a little bit of the afternoon underdogs on 790. But I appreciate you guys asking me. I really do. And it was so much fun revisiting. Please have me back.
We'll absolutely have you back. Tony Vanetti, at Tony Vanetti on Twitter if you want to get a hold of him. You can find Frank Green. You can find myself anytime you want to, anywhere you want to, on any digital platform.
Love you.
I love
you.
I love you so much. Frank Green,
Give me a hug.
It's going to get weird.
Give me a quarantine hug. Give me
Y'all be cool.
quarantine hug. Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Bye-bye.
Touchy.
I go bye-bye.